Alright, and welcome back to the top 16. Now, we were trying to give you a bit of meta breakdown. We will get to that, but we already are about to start with a game that will be quite interesting, I must say.
Yeah, and also usual suspects, nothing really interesting going on. Tamyo against the Yoshimaru.
Absolutely.
Kraum.
Yeah, but as we had Jakub here,
Yes.
if you remember our enduring students and our enduring viewers,
Watching us all day.
absolutely, we had Jakub here, and he basically said that it's just borrows with a little bit of splash
Yeah,
for the
Mental
blue for mental misstep. Yeah,
we might want to see the mental misstep right here,
We might.
almost deciding the game. Because
we
Tamyo
might.
countering turn 1 is a huge decisive.
it would be fantastic. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, so we see just fetch into surveillance, Manalik right away. Now Plateau coming on the side of Jakub, so no legend, and Ardos. Now Ardos is a fantastic aggressive card. I honestly love that. It is a legendary goblin. It's just a small 1/1, but it gives any creature, even itself, a
Yep.
+2/+0 when it comes to the battlefield.
Lukáš Blohoně reads it, so we can read it as well.
Yeah, we have time to read it, but it's fantastic. I love the card, which means it's 5 damage coming Lukash's way, which is quite a nice start for Jakub.
Yes. No legendary land again. I need to remind
Unfortunate,
that.
unfortunate,
Because it's
but that's how the game sometimes goes.
Yeah,
And remember, any hasty creature that comes to play after Ardos will still be buffed by it. It can be much stronger than just 3 damage on second turn. Now, interestingly, Lukáš just passed. He
Yeah.
did not even play Tamyo.
And it was a surveillance on turn 1. It wasn't
Yeah,
anything meaningful.
that's right,
Just
that's right.
top land, no Tamyo on turn 1,
Absolutely.
meaning falling way behind.
A little bit behind. We will see if there will be some interaction. And
we
we
see?
can see a mountain. Once again, not a legendary creature.
Yeah, also curious if there is some
Sorry, lands.
the variant of the Tamyo.
We will see. And now there is Scref, the Phyrexian mom,
There is
being
not Scref.
countered, which
Scref.
means there is still 2 mana open for Jakub to try to
heavily
resolve something. And now Hope of Girapur, or Girapur, depends how you want to pronounce it. Hope of Girapur, which is a legendary permanent.
More like no hope.
Well,
for
no
Lukáš.
hope for Lukáš Pur.
Almost.
And then Mother of Runes. Now, there will just be a casual attack for 4. And also, remember, Hope is a very interesting card. Once Jakub hits with Hope, he can just, sacrifice it
And prevent the whole turn from
prevent
interaction.
any interaction. Now, 3 mana, Nadu. All right, we'll see the Winged Wisdom once
I
again.
wanted to ask what kind of version is that?
We can check.
I believe this is heavily.
Are you calling for a Shuko check?
Yes.
We have a Shuko check.
Give me.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Because-
let's see.
Frankly, comboing out with Shuko is the one of the least chance.
Do you want to know?
No, maybe
There is no Shuko in the
there's no
list.
Shuko.
But there is a Shadow Spear. At least
Shadow
something.
Spear
Well, it's not.
is not that
It's,
good.
it's 2 mana more expensive, I would say.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and there was Plaza of Heroes on the side of Jakub. Very interesting and a very nice land, honestly. And now there is just a full swing
You have
from
basically
Jakub's
a
side.
Mother of Runes even better. on
Absolutely,
the
just on lands. Now there is a block coming to Yoshimaru. Now there is an attempt to cast Embercleave.
line. Insanely
Now
powerful card.
Force of Negation as a result.
Yeah.
Because
no
you can't really
Embercleave
let
here.
that. Yeah, Embercleave
Unless
is just brutal cards.
Jakub has Mana Tide. That would be.
That
insane.
Mana Tide would be crazy. Now he just has to use the Mother of
Yeah.
Runes to
He-
allow.
Bluffed the attack.
Absolutely.
Was a great card to potential punish it.
Still,
But Lukáš had the interaction.
right. If Lukáš did not have the interaction, it would have been crazy. Now, Jakub chose to sacrifice the Hope, which means there's no, basically, no spells coming, or non-creature spells coming from Lukash's way
Yeah,
until the next turn of Jakub.
I don't really believe he wants to cast any non-creature spells during his turn
I'm not
either.
sure if that was the best play, honestly.
Well, there is basically some window of opportunity Lukáš would have because the Mother of Runes is tapped.
Absolutely,
So,
that's true.
Basically, for example, Archmage Charm, not sure if it's in the list, but for example, on Yoshimaru would set him way behind. And
It
now,
is there. It is there. There is
the window
Archmage's Charm.
when the Mother of Runes is tapped is covered. by
Absolutely,
the
that
hope
makes
sacrifice.
sense. And also, the hope would just get blocked most likely by Nadu afterwards.
The hope wouldn't get blocked by Nadu because Nadu basically blocked / also almost chat blocked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I'm saying like next turn. Okay, there is the new Gilded Drake,
Well, seems
which
like
is not called Gilded Drake. It's the
Volatile Storm Drake.
Volatile Storm. Storm Drake. You're
Seems
right.
like Lukáš, even after the hope sacrificing, found an opportunity
He found a way
to
to get through.
somehow begin to solve this board state still.
Absolutely.
Nadu is the only blocker. Lukáš is a 9.
Which-
and there's this potential attack with everything.
There might be
including-
trouble for Lukáš, but remember, he
Across
still
camp.
have 2 mana.
Yes. Which is as we saw in
Right.
the past.
Another
That's why
non-legendary land, Clifftop Retreats.
I'm
Okay.
always getting tired.
Yeah, Jakub's land are not really supporting his style. Now, this looks like Talia, I believe.
Big Talia.
The big Talia, but
Next turn.
that's,
we
it's
can-
not her. It's not her. It's an angel, I think.
No. It's Talia. It's
Just a different art. Okay. But it doesn't matter. It's got counters.
It's the big Femana Talia.
Right.
Well, we should find it because it's coming next turn.
Yeah, that's true.
And no attack. The mother was tapped. The opportunity was
Yeah.
there, and most notably, the Mother of Runes. Not only it is a protection piece, but
Right.
it also a way to really effectively trigger Nadu.
Well,
it is once per turn, let's say, and he might not be wanted to tap it
Absolutely,
all the time
right.
because the Nadu, the Mother of Runes is first place a protection
Right.
more than just some kind of
Yeah,
value piece.
It's not really the value we need.
Yeah, but the interaction is here, and maybe on the end step because Jakub's deck is most likely to be like tapping on the end step.
Absolutely.
Tapping out.
Now we'll see what Jace the Mind Sculptor does.
That's a
It's-
blast from the past.
Bouncing back the Ardos. Now that's an
hasty creature.
interesting play. I'm not really sure what Lukash's plan is with this,
Well-
but Ardos will come back and just be bigger.
Since how Lukáš is a player, then I'm sure
I believe he knows what he's
he has
doing.
some opportunity. He has some.
I think there is a plan. There is definitely a plan. Now there is the Talia.
He had opportunity
coming back
to
in.
blink the Drake.
He could have blinked it. Maybe he will do
No,
that
wait,
now.
sorry. It's protection from abilities, including the Planeswalker as
Yeah,
well.
it's true. It's
Sorry,
true.
sorry, sorry.
Yeah,
But
it's got
Yoshimaru-
pseudo express. Yeah,
Resetting it, right?
but I think he'll just do it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a daze hitting the Ardos.
Yep.
So-
But Talia resolved? Or is about to resolve?
Talia did resolve because then afterwards the Ardos was played. So yeah.
Talia is pretty good.
It's a nice thing to have.
I
I'm
don't know
not
how
sure.
impactful is the non-basic lands coming into play tapped because Lukáš could have basic island for the rest of the game.
Right, I
Maybe
believe.
some fetch land, some-
I believe that the majority of Lukash's land, Lukash's mana base is just islands. It's 21 islands.
Snow-covered
Though
islands,
there
yes.
are fetch lands.
Yep.
There are even like some non-basic lands.
Let's agree that the most impactful ability is that your creatures come into play
That's
tapped.
right. The creatures come in tap. Now there is an attack.
And
Now
things-
both coming into the
Important,
red zone, trying to kill
Yep.
Jace, but
Because not
it's no good because it's just a sad result, honestly. Because the Mother of Rune just gave herself protection, and there was also the Nadu trigger.
this was attack that Nadu got triggered and the Drake died. Nothing else happened.
Yeah, well, there's been a bit of a misplay inside of the players. The fetch land should have entered tapped.
Yeah, we should.
I think we should just bring it out. Just
Yes.
be quick. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We'll just tell them just a small convenient thing. What? No, just have it tapped, right?
Yep.
Or should we have Okay, let's see. We will probably have a judge call. That was another trigger lines?
Yeah.
Unfortunate. I'm sorry for.
It is a long day.
I'm always too trigger happy. I'm sorry, boys.
This time
I'm sorry.
I got to pay for it.
Okay. Next time I'll go there.
Sure. Okay.
But back to the idea. I think that it's kind of true that that Tamyo is running away with the game.
Tamyo got flipped.
Tamyo got
Jace
brainstorm, right? I'm not really sure if there is a lot that Jakub can do to deal with that. And there is an Ajani.
Johnny giving flying and double strike.
Yes, we can maybe try to find which specific version
I
is that.
cannot call her.
I cannot recall the specific name of this one. It is an Ajani. Yes, very good. The color of the
exactly.
pride. Very good.
Gives either a flying and double strike.
Yeah.
Or +1/+1 contra.
The flying and double strike is the reason why you play this card, basically. You can also use it for the +1 afterwards. I'm not really sure if it does not resolve. Now, this is the defense protocol, I believe, which is a counter spell that is a little iffy. It costs 3 if you do not use an artifact to tap into it, I believe. But in Tamyo, you've got the clues.
This time it was just a cancel though.
It was just a cancel, but still, it can be a counter spell.
Now the Jakub is in heavily an unfavored position because there are 2 planeswalkers.
Absolutely.
There is Nadu that
And he's
triggers every
just abusing Mother of Runes just to get value.
Yeah.
Just to remind our viewers, we will be discussing the meta of top 16 right after this round. The round started just a little faster than we expected, but you will get the full breakdown of the top 16 meta right after this one.
We get 7 decks out of 16, so it wouldn't be quite as complete.
But we will give you the full list soon enough. Now, when it comes to this match, I know that...
Can Jakub say something?
That's right. I don't really want to call this an end. I really hope that Jakub will find a way, but I don't really see a way out of this. That's the problem with control decks. You will just get completely
if they had the
stonewalled.
answers, you can't draw anything meaningful.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you
Legend
draw.
Shredder hits the table, gets triggered right away with the Preordain.
Yeah.
Pitching Mental Misstep, because why not? Not really.
Yeah, like the connive trigger, you mean? Yeah,
the-
absolutely. Oh, does it really matter though?
Tamyo returns
Counterspell, just to seal the deal.
because you don't really need to get to the ultimate.
You don't.
You have a faster clock on the table.
You have Nadu and Ledger Shredder now, which means you don't really
Lukáš
care.
now is so confident that he doesn't even need the +2 minus
Right,
-1,
right.
minus-
Now, I know that this is a Doctor Who card, but I don't...
This is Jane Smith.
Jane Smith is the name. Yeah, I cut the card like after one attempt. I did not really like it in Yoshimaru
No.
because it's a little too expensive for my taste. Like
It's
for
mana.
well, yeah, okay. I'm messing that up with different one. I did not really enjoy the effect. It was not good enough,
Okay.
in my opinion.
It makes through some kind of tokens, right?
I think it just makes you food or something, or clues maybe. I think clues make more sense.
Or
Yeah. Whenever you
Cast
cast a
historic
historic investigate once a turn, it's okay.
Yeah.
But I believe that in
they
this
are
deck
better
you
mana legend.
right, and you don't really want to spend 2 mana to do this.
Well, it is a last known attempt to get some advantage.
It could very well bring some long-term advantage. Absolutely.
we see Nadu trigger and a concession.
There is a concession from Jakub. Just to clarify with our viewers, yes, we do use the French ban list.
Let's say the dual commander.
That's the Frenchies.
Yes. The MTG DC .info.
Right. But we have also have Czech players who are doing the committee, but yeah, it's the French organization. Now, we saw a dominating position from Jakub at the start of the game.
It looked good for the
It looked
Yoshimaru.
very good. It looked
But
very good.
They came the Stormbreak and it just went sideways.
Absolutely.
Yoshimaru just couldn't manage to have this unbeatable game presence. The Embercleave was a
I think that the counter on Embercleave was the moment that kind of broke Jakub's attempts to be as fast as possible.
Yeah, because Embercleave would kill the Nadu, deal a bunch more damage
Right.
to the player's face, and present a lethal threat next up.
Yeah, and remember
Because-
that after that, there was the Drake as well.
Yes.
Which broke Jakub completely because he lost
stole his mother.
He stole his mother. The humanity. Like the nerve on Lukáš, honestly, to steal someone's mother, I
Drake
believe.
just came by and snatched it
Well,
from him.
no, it was a fair exchange.
Yeah.
He got a mom, he got a Drake.
I'm not sure if
Would you trade? That's the question for you.
I
Jan.
trade my
Would you
mother
trade your mother for a Drake?
Not sure, but the fact that it was the Mother of Runes and nothing else,
Yes.
meaning that he got to like 3 or 4 additional triggers, free triggers from Nadu.
Absolutely. And you know, this kind of thing can easily run with the game quite easily.
Yeah, Tamyo is legal at the time. Not sure if it's
Right
gonna
now,
stay.
right now. We don't know about tomorrow. We don't know about anything else. But now
Well,
it is.
The as long as we are in this situation of perpetual ban announcement every Monday, if we play till tomorrow, we might see the Tamyo.
Yeah, but it's true that Tamyo is very strong, like a very strong choice on meta. Now, on the Jakub side, we've seen just a land in Yoshimaru. On Lukáš's side, a land and Tamyo.
Yes,
A basic one-mana commanders.
You don't want to cast anything else. They are in the command zone for a reason, to get them out as soon as possible.
Absolutely. And both of those commanders are interesting because Ash, the party treasure coming out.
Yeah.
But both of them are interesting because if you answer them, it's a bit problematic for deck to keep up. Now, Ash the Party Treasure is very interesting choice. 2/2 haste, and also with Celebration, it gets a little bigger.
Celebration when 2 or more normal permanents come into play.
Exactly.
Because Celebration wasn't really that impactful.
Honestly, not really. It was a limited mechanic.
And also mandatory no legendary land for me.
Once again, no legendary land check. No legendary land check.
Yoshimaru was starting. As he was on play in the previous previous game, so he should have some kind of advantage.
I believe so. Well, this is for this game. You know,
Tamyo went sideways to make a clue.
to the red zone.
Not using
Interesting.
her as a blocker.
Okay, and keeping up 2 mana. Now there is Plaza of Heroes. Once
Maybe
again, an
because
interesting choice.
The both command creatures that
Yeah.
Jakub has are potentially 3 power or bigger if Ash Celebration triggers, meaning Tamyo is not that good of
That's
a blocker.
absolutely true. And Brimas coming down, a very strong
Coming
beater.
to the
Well,
stack,
on stack.
and,
It's on stack.
If it goes to the battlefield,
There was an
graveyard,
attempt. There was an attempt.
There is an attempt, and we see that Lukáš is
He's a fetching as a
Interesting.
result.
is searching for
Yeah, for tropical islands, and we will see if. Well, I'm not saying if. I'm asking which counterspell he will use.
most likely, yes.
That's maybe more adequate question for the situation. Now, what he'll counter with? It's Metallic Rebuke, I believe, which will require the clue to tap, but that's not a problem. And now 2 creatures coming in for 4 from the
I would have
Jakub
a commentary
side.
that having the Metallic Rebuke as a counterspell is maybe the decisive way. That's why he attacked.
Yeah,
He
absolutely.
didn't keep Tamyo as a blocker
Because he needed 3
wanted
mana,
to
right?
have these counterspell online.
Yeah, because without the clue, he would not be able to cast it, basically.
Now reading the celebration.
Yeah, well, it is not a super common card.
And dropping down
Tarmogoyf.
Bigger
Still
than
good
anything
enough?
else.
That is the question. Do we believe so? Well, at least in Dual Commander it is. In Modern, not so much.
And now you notice that he didn't attack with Tamyo.
Absolutely. Now he's just keeping it back as an 0-3 blocker. That's the absolute strength of this commander. It's a very nice blocker.
Gives you cards. It presents a potential win condition.
Absolutely.
And also blocks really well.
And it's
especially at the
just
start.
for a single mana. That's the thing that we love about the modern design.
The sad situation that because of the Tarmogoyf, Lukáš has almost better board presence.
Absolutely.
We see Inte getting countered.
And Inti countered by Stern Scolding.
Scolded pretty sternly.
Yeah, she was scolded pretty sternly.
So no Inte here,
Yeah.
meaning no counter on Yoshimaru, meaning no counter on Ash, meaning Lukáš's board is
Not
just
good
too
enough.
good.
Now it's not good enough to go through. And Inspiring Vantage coming in tab because it's a 4th land.
That's horrible.
That's very sad for Jakub to
Pretty bad
see.
situation to be in.
He's not in a nice and
Especially
safe
being
situation.
one game behind.
Absolutely.
Now, turn 4, you cannot attack with your creatures.
That's right. He
Yoshi-
needs to
Yoshimaru.
win this game or he's out. Well, not completely out, just to mention. He'll be still able to fight, but he'll
Just-
be out of the top.
Condemned to the lower bracket.
Yeah, that's right. He'll be going down to the lower brackets.
Attempt to cast something, I believe. From the Yoshimaru side, Ajani. The counterpart.
Janin Cattle Pariah, one of the best cards that came out for Yoshimaru recently. So good that it got countered. And yes, you're right.
Banned. From
Well,
as
yeah,
a commander.
as a commander at least.
It most likely is going to get countered. So
But it got countered by cryptic commands.
for
So
mana, you got 4 mana.
just-
You gotta use the 4 mana.
just you'll use it. And there is a bounce on Yoshimaru, counter on the
The-
Cattle Pariah, and Ash can't do anything because the
Possible. Not sure if bouncing the Yoshimaru was that necessary.
I think it's just
There's,
it is a reset. Nonetheless, or
Yeah,
you
but
would prefer
tapping-
drawing a card?
I would maybe prefer drawing a card in this situation.
Could
maybe.
be.
But,
Could be an option.
We don't have full information. We don't
Right.
see the player's hand.
Also, Lukáš has a lot of clues. Like he's capable of drawing a
He is
lot
far
of
from
cards.
clueless.
Yeah, he is very much knowledgeable. And Vedelkin Shackles coming in probably to seal the deal for Jakub.
That stuff.
No.
Broken shackles mean Yoshimaru for the rest of the game or until he deals with the artifact
Right.
has no good attacks.
Absolutely.
As if he had good attacks already.
Yeah, that's
He
true.
couldn't attack for the last 2 turns. Oh, and speaking of attacks.
Now,
that is
Headliner Scarlet. We will see if the card resolves. It is a
And
very nice choice
if
and very nice
the,
option.
The ruling or the resolution of how the enter the battlefield trigger
That's
works.
true. We
Because-
came to it one time before here,
Yeah.
and I still believe the fact that when he sticks it in, and then let's say one of the creatures will come from Jakub's side to Lukáš's side, the creature will not be able to block still.
I believe so as well, but let's see what judge will decide.
Well, we will also see
if
if
the
our
situation
players
arises.
will require a judge, so he'll just steal it. And just have it there tapped. Okay, so just to make it simpler for everyone. So
thank you.
thank you very much.
I
Thank you
have
very
now
much,
a card
Lukáš.
advantage engine,
That's true. That's the problem. Like, okay,
and the damage was taken.
it was just 4 damage, but who cares? That
Wait,
was a
wait.
misplay there, but only on the side of Lukáš. I'm not sure if we need to point it out, but the card should have been exiled face down.
He plays it
Well, he-
immediately,
yeah,
so I
but
don't think
it-
he revealed
It's true. He should not have revealed it. He should not have revealed the card, but still, what can you do?
In this situation, I didn't think the reveal was that. But what I was curious about, though, the Tarmogoyf was untapped, right?
Yes.
It could have blocked.
No, because of the headliner.
Yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, sorry. The Entrepreneurs Guild
Yeah,
managed.
that was the
Sure,
ETB
sure.
effect. So the headliner was there.
Okay, Brainstorm was cast, so Tamyo was flipped, and Jakub is in a worse situation than before.
Absolutely.
He just cannot catch a break this game.
Like, well, yeah, I don't really think, well, even though you see like 19 life on Jakub's side and 9 life on Lukash's side, Lukash is in very comfortable position now. And
Both
once...
blockers, and even if the headliner Scarlet gets rid of
And there is a new tech, Cassandra. Eagle Bearer coming in and
perhaps-
bringing Spear of Leonidas. Now,
Unless it gets countered, so-
Unless it gets countered, you're
which
absolutely
is,
right.
let's say, a real possibility.
Yeah, with 2 open blue mana, you never know.
No, it's not 2 blue mana. It's 5
Okay, with 5 open blue mana,
and
you
4
never know.
blues token at the ready.
I think I'm just clueless. Now, just to see Cassandra, it's a very sweet card. She basically is a 2/2 haste, brings out the Spear of Leonidas from hand, library, or graveyard, so basically from anywhere. Just sticks it in to the board, and also whenever a creature that's legendary and is equipped deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card. It's a fantastic card.
Basically meaning 2 triggers to Yoshimaru.
Absolutely, but there is Flare of Denial being hard cast just to get rid of the Cassandra.
Completely
The question was not if, the question was what. What
completely
counter spell
understandable
will be
to
used.
deny so much value coming
Absolutely.
in. That would perhaps help Jakub.
It would just allow Jakub to maybe do something?
Yes. I
now-
also didn't want to use any strong words.
Yeah. I don't really know. I think that this must be a very frustrating game for Jakub to play because
Again,
he did not resolve a lot of spells during the last couple of
Again,
turns. Yeah, I think
Silent
he's
face
just not realizing the play pattern of Headliner Scarlet. I don't think it will matter as much. Not to be rude, not to be harsh, but it will not matter probably at all. There is Cryptic Command coming
just
back.
because you don't need to Lorien Rebuild at all. You don't want to cast it. You cannot cycle it. It's
Right.
like a given that you don't want anything to do with the card.
Yeah, but you're even not supposed to like show it, right? They should not know.
Yep.
Yeah, like they would not know until the end of the game what was the exiled card
It is
face down.
slightly uncommon because all the impulse draw effects
They are
are
usually-
revealing the card of exiling it face up.
This one is like Bomat Carrier basically style. You just
Except-
put it
yeah.
face down. You never
That's
know.
the fine example that players should maybe know. And we finally have Legendary Land. Eiganjo comes into play.
Wait, first legendary land of those 2 rounds.
How much? Yeah.
Well,
has
Yoshimaru is just will just get third counter. I think it's or is it?
Amazing.
It's
Staring
a little.
down the returned cryptic command.
It's a little sad, I believe. Well, honestly, now it has only 2 counters, which makes sense because it was reset by the previous cryptic commands. And now, I don't even know if Jakub can do anything, honestly. Like, there is no option for
Feign
him.
an attack because he might have something instant speed to use.
The thing is, what can you do against a player?
The Tamyo at least didn't get plussed. So
Well,
the
true.
creatures have their
They actually
attain power.
have some power, you're absolutely right. But the minus was also brutal because he just got himself a nice counter.
And just the thought of
Just
Lukash,
blocks.
letting the attack go through, saving the critical command.
Yeah, he
means
just says,
the attack doesn't
Okay. he just
endanger
doesn't-
him in any way.
Right, and there will be like Enganja or maybe Plaza of Hero activation.
Oh, that would not be nice.
Well, there is the
Embercleave.
Embercleave attempt.
Right, because there is at least the corporate command and bunch of other counterspells.
Don't know what this can do.
Yeah, this won't resolve almost 100%, but Jakub needs to play something. He needs to do something. He's playing for the top 16. He won game and is out.
Yeah, and
Lukash
there is
even
also the
uses-
Sink into Stupor, a new flip land from MH3, the modal land.
using-
It's a fantastic card, honestly. Like
It's a
from-
fantastic land.
Yeah,
Because it's a land drop
yes.
that serves as counterspell. It is very
It's
useful
just
card.
it's so great we can see it twice.
Not only counterspell, but also a bounce spell. It is both at the same time.
Right.
It doesn't target your stuff, which is
Right.
a slight
Okay, and there is an attempt. It's the white pyrokinesis. I don't remember how it's called, but it doesn't really matter because there was the
I am
cryptic
countered.
command.
It's the name of the game.
It does not really matter.
Creatures are dead, both.
I think that Jakub will not really want to scoop this because it's still the option. There is the Force of Will, just exiled face down. But I don't know what else can he do.
That is almost impossible choice for us to be able to hype this game.
Absolutely. I would love for Jakub to come back, but honestly, you know, just from like game state analysis, I think he can freely just start to attack and close the deal. You know,
Because-
this attack was quite strong
Yep.
by the headliner and just the
for
Tarmogo.
control deck.
Yeah, and okay,
Giver of
give her,
Runes.
yeah, just have it. He
Yoshimaru
doesn't care.
Again, because going through the motions, why not? But
Just crack those clues, just eat
Yeah.
that and get those cards.
even if you don't need the card advantage,
Yeah,
by
just-
that point,
Just make them frogs. You know what? You get a frog and you get a frog.
here comes the frogs.
Here comes the frogs. Now, and also Malcolm, just to do a little more.
Just
I'm not really
again,
sure.
a slight thing that the amphibian known for has 3 copies.
Once again, maybe two
Yeah.
copies on the giver.
Yeah,
Who gives a giver
yep.
in this situation?
Maybe relevant if there is some disenchant effect. but
I'm not really sure if that's
not-
going to go.
Not
through.
usually, and
Now there is definitely
unlikely this
Malcolm
decade.
coming through, and maybe even Tarmogoyf. Both of them went through. Now there is the Malcolm trigger.
and now the headliner Scarlet didn't attack.
Yeah, it was kept back. You know, he's still at 9. He doesn't really need to risk anything.
Well, you would present a lethal attack, which would mean the Jakub has to block and
Good.
lose a creature again.
You could. Well, next turn you would present a lethal attack, not now.
Well,
No, he's got a cryptic command back again.
3 plus 2 plus 3 should be 8. So meaning Jakub has to block something.
Oh, true. My math was not mathing. I'm sorry.
Okay. But what's now?
Regardless.
Tamyo was returning something.
Yeah,
retrieve
yeah.
command and then recast.
Right, exactly. So she just minused herself down and was recast. And I believe there is an option for Lukáš to just keep the cryptic command ready, untap. Just be ready for anything.
Yeah,
Once again,
I don't believe there is anything
yeah,
Jakub can do.
I think we don't really have to remind them about the headliner, but it doesn't really change much.
Yep.
It just makes it a little easier for us in the coverage
Yeah,
to
thank
see
you
the
for that.
cards. So actually, it's a very smart decision on our part. Please, judges, do not come to us. Okay, now we can see just a full swing. Of course, Tamyo just for the clues. I think we will also
Vassal
see.
Heroes doesn't do anything.
I think
either.
there will be also a flip of Tamyo just right after that.
There is the Embercleave. We are showing again, but nothing.
There is nothing that he can do. There is just one Embercleave in his hand, but there is the cryptic command in Lukáš's hand.
Yep.
Like, this is just a hopeless situation, honestly.
It's like there might be some miraculous top decks. I don't believe it much because
I'm gonna be honest, I will not even look not to be sad due to the fact that there are no uncounterable things. That's the problem. You know, I know that Boros, what's uncounterable here? What can help you?
Barbarian Ring. If you have threshold and you play that land.
Good. Okay. But he'll just now there was the brain search.
Flipping them.
Yeah, there was brain search on the side of Lukáš just to dig through more cards. Of
forgot
course,
you about
flipping
Ariana.
Samuel. Yeah, you can see the dream with Barbarian Ring. Honestly, I would just go Ramina Prunes, right? And maybe 3 more effects like this because he's at 9.
Mainlands also.
Right, absolutely. Here is a surveillance coming from Jakub, probably just showing him a little more information, although we do not really see anything that he could do. Unfortunately for our Yoshimaru enjoyers in chat, we've seen you guys. I'm rooting as well. I would love for Yoshimaru to succeed, but I think that Qatar Commando from the top is not good enough.
It is that if it didn't get countered, of course.
That's also the case.
Very useful card because
Yes.
it can present the combination of presenting as a blocker and
getting
as well getting rid of the Vedalken shackles,
you're right.
getting other creature back, Scarlet finally, but it is way too late, in my opinion.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Commando gets milled even, surveilled.
Yeah.
Let's see what we have here. If Embercleave for the third time has a charm.
Well, he can just try it, but it
That-
will not do much. Okay.
We're done.
Unfortunate.
2-0.
Yeah, unfortunate for the Yoshimaru player, but this game was sealed by the shackles quite strongly. Now, well done for Lukash. Well done for Lukash, and we congratulate him on succeeding to the winner bracket.
Yeah.
Yeah, succeeding to winner bracket, but Jakub will still be fighting in the lower bracket for his chance to get to the 8th or 9th or 10th place.
Yeah, let's see if we can get an interview with Lukash to know how he feels after winning this game.
Absolutely.
That like immediately gets him to the top 8.
It basically does, right?
Yeah.
So we will ask him just real quick, and then we also have a meta breakdown prepared for you. Oh yeah. Okay. That's fantastic.
8.
And then we also have the meta breakdown for you. Now, a very common conception that I would say is that we would have a lot of those Tamyo players. Now, you would expect the same, right?
Yeah, 16, I would say at least like 6.
We've got 3.
Okay.
We've got only 3 Tamyo players that we have here. 3 players on Tamyo, and then to make it very interesting for you, yeah, you can guess. let's do a guessing game.
10 slime foods.
How many slime foods do you think we have?
4.
2.
Okay.
Tamyo is the most represented.
15 slime foods, and 2 of them got in.
Only 2 of them. That's right. Okay, now we have Lukash here for the interview, right? So, just a little pause. Can we? Can... All right, and we have Lukash here with us, our Tamyo representative of this round. I would say it was quite a dominant performance.
Oh yeah, actually, like when the game started, I was on the draw, and my friend told me that like Yoshimaru is like the worst matchup. So I'm like, well, this sucks. But and he played like I had Tapland on turn 1, and he had like Yoshimaru into 2-drop, and on turn 3 he had 3 1-drops. So I'm like, well, this is not good.
Yeah, and you're right. You were
but
very
then, like, I played Nadu, which was, free for huge body. Yeah, huge.
It's Nadu.
Huge body. You can't really interact with it well. He like attacked somehow. I blocked. Oh, I had the force of negation.
There was the Embercleave play that we remember. That was very strong.
So that was like very important. That I essentially got time walk.
Absolutely.
With force of negation for the Embercleave.
Because
he had to use his Mother of Runes to tap it, and then I could play Stormdrake.
Yeah.
To take the Mother of
You
Runes.
stole his mother away.
Yeah,
right.
And then like the rest of it was board. It was just like free freeze,
Right.
And that was free for.
Yeah.
And he had like 1 card in hand, and I left like 2 mana for Memory Labs, hoping he would like play something. Because the play he could have made is like tap 4 mana, make the 1/1 goblin, attack with everything.
That was an option there.
He would get
We
me
were kind of curious why you bounced the others instead of Yoshimaru, for example, but it was because of this. You didn't want him to start creating tokens.
Oh, this was actually turn later. So this one was the thing was I had 4 mana, right? So I played the Volatile Drake, stealing or trading with the Mother of Runes.
Yeah.
And then I could have played Tamyo, but I had Memory Labs in hand, so I was like, well, Tamyo is not blocking those free creatures very well, so I would rather keep the mana for Memory Labs. In hope he plays something big, I time walk it, and then it's good for me.
And from that moment onward, honestly, it was like very dominant position.
Well,
for you.
I think that then it was over.
Right.
Like he played Talia. I played Memory Labs. He had no attacks. In 3-4. Then I untapped with Mother of Runes,
And while
yeah.
the value with Mother
Nadu
Earth.
value.
Yeah,
which is
then I have the exactly Mario reference plus Nadu that he can't attack into. I draw a card every turn.
Yeah.
And I still have stuff in my head. I don't know. I had like Jays and something.
Right, you were
like,
just putting stuff
and I
out.
was at 9 lives, so it's not like that he draws lightning bolts and kills
Right,
me.
right.
And he can't really go through the board because I have
Exactly.
Nadu and Mario reference. So at that point, it was pretty much over.
Honestly, the second game was kind of similar in a way.
Yeah, the second game, it was like in the first game, when he played the free 1-drops on their free, I thought I can't win.
Yeah.
In the second game, from the beginning, it felt very good.
Yeah.
Yoshi into Ash.
Yeah, it's just 2/2/2. So
Yeah.
Tamyo blocks 1. Then I have counterspell for his next play.
Yeah.
Like the problem would be if he has like on turn 3 he has 2 plays, I counter only 1. Then it starts to get problematic, but he has 1. So I counter it. Then I play Goif and I still have counter.
Right.
And I counter another stuff, have Goif that stops his board, and yeah.
Basically, when the Goif hit the board, he never could attack.
Yeah.
Right.
From that point it was over. Then I like untap with cryptic command and like
Yeah, like at the moment you were just looping cryptic commands. It was basically
then it was over. Like
yeah.
the turn 3 where he had just one play that I can counter with Stern Scalding, and he doesn't have answer for Goif.
Right.
It was pretty much over.
Basically, it was very dominant.
Besides, what happened in those matches? What was your plan to beat his deck? Since Yoshimaru has such an early board presence, he goes first in first
Well,
game. And the
pretty
second
much
round.
to stay alive.
Yeah.
You need to like keep the board, I guess somehow like small so you can block with your creatures. Good thing is if you draw creatures like Nadu and Goif
Yeah.
that are bigger than his creatures,
Absolutely.
then I have like some counter spells to protect those creatures. Like he never got removal spells, but
Yeah.
I have some counter spells to protect it. And if he can't attack through those, well, then he can't attack and I'll win from that
Yeah.
eventually.
And then the Videlkian shackles were just.
Oh yeah, that card is just
That was just brutal.
that card is just
And the
yeah.
headliner you stole
Oh,
from
oh
him.
yeah, it was like
Actually, you did us good because you were supposed to exile them face down, but we could see the cards. So it was much nicer for
really?
us.
Oh, okay.
It's just a little thing.
But Scarlet exiles the cards.
Yeah, it should be fixed,
Yeah.
but it doesn't matter. You had
yeah,
so much
yeah,
cards,
yeah. He played the
so much
Scarlet.
advantage.
I'm like, okay, so I take 4, and then it's over basically.
Yeah,
so I have the
absolutely.
Scarlet. I'm
Absolutely.
going 2 cards a turn. I have I have it all basically at that point. So,
And what was your plan? What role did Tamyo herself played in the matches? Like you use it, you played it first turn every time.
Well,
because
not every
you
time. In the first round, he did not.
No.
Well,
you
I
had
had- yeah.
Tap land.
yeah,
right,
the thing was, I had 3 lands, 2 islands, and 1 hedge maze, the
Yeah,
tap late.
yeah.
And I needed green for Nadu on turn 3. So I was like, sure, I need to play Nadu turn 3.
Yeah.
So like, if I could, I would play the Tame on turn 1. But like this look that I need to have 2 mana on turn 2,
Mm-hmm.
3 mana on turn 3. So like, I would rather not risk it that I don't draw.
Right, and it turned out good for you. It
Yeah.
worked quite nice.
I didn't need the Tame at that point, but
Right.
yeah, you pretty much always play it on turn 1 against those aggressive decks. You hope it blocks. It just takes something, stops your opponent from developing their board or something.
Yeah.
And late game you just win because you have much better cards, a lot of card draw.
Absolutely.
Counter
Absolutely.
spells.
We can focus on flipping her as soon as possible.
Not
perhaps?
really. No. It's
or
more
it's used
it's
as a
it's more like thing that draws 2 cards a turn or like extra card a turn.
Yeah.
So you like sometimes you flip it, but it's not like main goal to flip it as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Because you need to protect it then, and that's like the thing is you don't have many ways to catch up back on board. So if you
Absolutely.
like invest a lot into flipping Tameo and hers plus 2 ability isn't enough to like contain the board.
Yeah.
And they get some free creatures or something, they can just attack Tameo and kill
Right.
it. So like flipping it, like in some matchups they can't interact with it, so you flip it
That's
as soon
true.
as possible. But in most of the matchups it's like just free that either blocks
Yeah.
or attacks and just draw small cards.
Was Tamyo your first choice for commander and only? Like, because it's so good?
No, I actually played a lot, and we like discussed a lot what to play, what are good decks, bad decks, and stuff. And
Yeah.
in the last 2 decks, I was actually considering Flage, Azusa, and Tameo. And Flage, at some point, I was like, well, maybe just not powerful enough
Yeah.
compared to other decks. And Azusa, I kind of liked, but its matchup against Tamyo is just horrendous. So it's like, well, we don't expect many Tamyos here, and it's like good against those mid-range decks like Slime Food, Felia.
Absolutely.
I think even against those aggressive decks like Yoshimaru, Felden, and also against controls, but it's sometimes a bit inconsistent. So it's like, well, I'm not sure. And my the guys I tested with were like, well, you should just play Tameo. It's clearly the best deck, and you will do well with it. So I was like, well, yeah, I'm not very sure with Azusa. And Tameo, it's all nice cards and nice interaction, and it's very powerful. So
I agree, like especially against aggro decks, the fact that it's 0/3 flyer.
and it's for 1 mana.
Yeah.
That's like nice thing with having commander for 1
Thanks,
mana.
Wizards.
What did they say?
Yeah, it's like you look at your seven cards, and all you need is 2 lands
Yeah.
and 2 mana counter spell. You don't really care about the rest.
Yeah.
Because every time
You can just keep 4 cards basically, or 3.
Yeah, you need 2 lands and counter spell.
Yeah.
Because turn 1 you play Tameo, and if they don't have removal, well, then you're drawing 2 cards a turn.
Yeah.
You need some kind of interaction, and the rest of the cards, well, you need to make your land draws, but you will pretty much keep everything that has 2 lands counter spell.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But in this situation, when Tamyo gets answered early with some cheap removal spell, then
Well-
the deck is kind of worse.
Yes, of course. It's like we looked at it like turn 1 you play Tameo. If they don't have removal, you're so much ahead. It's very good. And if they have removal, you are kind of playing a normal game. Like you are, you are a bit worse because they answer it, but it's not like you're huge under.
So then it's fair.
Yeah, exactly. I would say it like that. Then it's fair. Then it's in their advantage.
Right.
But still you can play it for 3 mana. It's like not the worst. So
And if you manage to flip it, you get a lot of advantage from it.
yeah, and the thing is like it's not reliant only on Tameo.
Right.
You have so many extremely powerful cards in the deck.
Right.
You have Oko, you have True Name Nemesis, you have Vidalcan Checkless,
Hello,
Urza,
Nadu.
yeah, Nadu.
Nadu.
So you have all those great cards. So sometimes you just play Tameo as kind of decoy. They spend their interaction on it, and
Right.
then you play Oko.
Right.
Well, Oko is pretty much unbeatable
Yeah.
when it's in play. So
Goku can run with the game quite easily.
and you have counter spells, so whenever you get ahead, it's very easy to stay ahead and just win the game. So
Yeah.
so the games where they answer Tameo and you don't have any of those extra powerful cards, well, you pretty much lose. So that's just how it goes. You are unfavorable at that point, but there are a lot of those. So
Okay,
We'll see.
we have the meta share now. What the top is going to look. We don't know who wins this round, of
Right.
course. Is there? We established that Tamyo is very powerful deck. Is there some matchup that you are looking forward more than the others,
yeah, well, like it's
or players even?
not players. It's the matchups are pretty much pretty straightforward with Tameo. So the aggressive decks that can get on board early and have early board presence, those are tough matchups. And the expensive decks, expensive commanders, combo decks, control decks, those are good matchups.
Yeah.
Because like in the control matchups, let's say you play against Atraxa or Tivit or
Yeah.
those expensive,
Yeah.
you have similar decks. Yours is even a bit better because you have more counter spells, and you have 1 mana commander, and they have 6 mana commander.
You have more card advantage.
That
Yeah.
they can't ever resolve in the game.
Yeah.
So you are favorite, and something like Aragorn 2.
What about Slime Food?
Slime Food is bad matchup. I don't think it's that bad, but the games are extremely close, and I think Slime Food is one of the best decks. But the problem I have with it, it's kind of inconsistent. It's 3 colors, so mana, 3 colors, mana dorks, and then you also need like kind of action cards because sometimes you can ignore Slime Food. But if they have Phyrexian Tower to sacrifice the Slime Food and some kind of enter battlefield trigger, then it's pretty much unbeatable and no one can beat it. That's just how it goes. But most of the games, Slime Food doesn't draw that well, and you can do something with it.
Absolutely.
Especially if you manage to flip Tamyo, then all the support tokens and
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Like if you can counter, for example, all some of the like important cards, and they have Slime Food and some Separaling tokens.
And just mana dorks, for
Yeah,
example.
and Manadorks, and you flip your Tameo, then they have 2 free attacking Slime Food.
Yeah.
That your Tameo just +2, so it doesn't do anything.
Right.
They are, and you can just like counter the 2 like other cards that are relevant, and you can
Absolutely.
do your stuff. So the deck is powerful, but sometimes it doesn't do much. So,
Right.
I don't want to play against it, but
Yeah. Well, you
I-
might.
I played against 3 already, and it was
Yeah.
exhausting, kind of.
Well, the slime food, well, Tamyo was the most represented
Yeah.
in the whole meta share with 16 decks, but I believe that slime food was like 13
Yeah,
or
yeah.
12, so quite close behind.
Yeah.
In the top 16, it's also interesting. We will get to that together after the interview. But Lukasz, we wanted to thank you and wish you the best of luck in
Thank
the
you.
upcoming upper top 8, as we explained before, which there will be 2 top 8s separate, one for the winners and one for the losers. So Lukasz will continue in his way to fight for the title
Okay, thank
of
you.
the king, well, not king, champion of our Prague Duel Commander. Now, best of luck, Lukasz.
Thank you.
And I believe that you could manage with the Tamyo. I
Well,
trust that.
well, there's a slight disadvantage because I'm going second every single match. there is. So
last in the top 16.
yeah, I was 16. So there's that, but that's
You
how it
can
is.
still one more card.
If we saw already, then you can manage it.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not complaining. Like, if every round goes like this one, well, I'll be happy, obviously.
All right, Lukasz, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
And we'll, as I said, we'll wish you the best of luck, and we'll come back to you just in a moment with the coverage for the top 16 meta breakdown. Just give you a little comments on that just in a second, and then we will join you for round number 2 of our top 8 now. So first round of top 8. So see you in a moment.
Right. See you.